Well, there's been a number of fake relics and other pieces of evidence, in quote, that have been used to kind of support Mormonism that have been debunked, and he uses kind of get your hands dirty archaeology to say, hey, here's the facts.
And debunking ancient aliens and all that good stuff.
Right. We had Baba Brinkman on earlier today in a special short version. We had Cara Santa Maria last week, and Silverman the week before that. So
John Delancey.
John Delancey.
From
Heavy
Q. Yes,
heavy
from Star
Reason
Trek
Rally.
fame.
Heavy Reason Rally speakers.
Oh man, can you send me the contact for Q? I want to talk to that dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I do have his phone number in my.
Just give it out on air right now.
Just
sure,
say it backwards so no one knows.
Ferguson is ready for that.
Yeah.
You should play the bartender, and as he puts the money, you just kind of say, well, it's a little less fuzzy.
When I first contacted him and I called him, she told me to call him, gave his number. I called John Delancey's cell phone. I called it. And when he answered and simply said hello, I just had a moment where I just wasn't worthy. I'm like, well, I shouldn't be calling this guy. He had the voice who's calling. Please.
We rely on Rob because he doesn't get starstruck with the guests that we line up, and then of course we find one where he gets starstruck, and we're like, oh no.
We both
it was a
were.
fantastic interview.
Yeah, he was a really good guy.
Really sweet
told
guy.
some great stories that we'd never heard of before. They're worth checking out.
Yep.
So where do people find the podcast?
We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on YouTube. It all gets archived on all of those platforms after the show. Jason does a great job of that, and you can always go to mythicistmilwaukee.com.
Yeah, they're all there.
And follow the links there, too.
Google Play, everything.
And you guys
everywhere.
also do a live version, or it starts
We
live?
do it live. We stream live as we look out on the public at the mall here where we do our podcast. We have a big plate glass window on the world where some people walk by while they're shopping, and they always gawk at us because we're on the radio.
And it does broadcast to on air live as well.
We have a bunch of equipment that doesn't do anything, but it looks impressive through the window. Really, because anybody can do this from their computer.
Yeah, you got to have a bunch of levers and blinking lights.
Yes, and the machine that goes ping. Right.
Right.
But we do.
We do live, and we do it live, and then we post it afterwards. Yep.
Are you guys going to the Reason Rally?
Yeah, we're heavily involved in the Reason Rally. We're all volunteering. I myself was on the band search committee and helped land the Wu-Tang members that are coming, and we are able to show the Batman and Jesus trailer as part of the program. We got a couple of minutes to do that.
Yeah.
That
stemmed from we had at our second conference, the Myth Information Conference 2 in Milwaukee last year. We actually had Killa Priest from the Wu-Tang Clan come to the conference. He did a presentation. It was the first time he came out as openly secular. It was a really exciting time for us. And, after that, when the Reason Rally hit off, the Reason Rally board reached out to us, and Rob took the helm and worked with lining up the Wu-Tang Clan through Killa Priest contacts. But it was just an exciting thing to be a part of.
After 6 months of looking for other bands.
Yeah, we did. We did look for other bands, but turned out the Wu-Tang Clan was. Well, I think that's the best option. I mean, Casey Musgraves and the Flaming Lips. Like, I don't think they're as exciting as the Wu-Tang Clan personally, but
the crossover cultural element is what excites me and excites the organizers too. The fact that we have such a hip hop, even with Baba Brinkman, it's like the Rap Reason Rally this year,
right?
Yeah.
Well, and I know when I heard that, I was very excited, and I told Liz this a few weeks ago that when I got to be on the board as the treasurer, I said I have a request for musical act for the Reason Rally, and she said, "Okay, well, tell me, and I'll pass it along." And I said, the first one is Green Day, because they have quite a few songs that are quite anti-religious. Anti-establishment is kind of their thing, but so is that whole genre. And then she said, "What's the second one?" And I said, "The Beatles." And she says, "Okay, I'll pass that along." And she said, "That would be quite an achievement, wouldn't it?" And I said, "Yes, it would." And of course, when it got announced, I learned we got as close as we could.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's fun.
We've got the Fab
I was
Four.
pushing for Modest Mouse, because they've done a lot of talking against God, and they would be interesting to see. But I'm a huge fan of theirs, so that's a little biased. But
Todd wanted Foo Fighters. I wanted Flaming Lips. Everybody. And Casey Musgraves would have been good again from a PR coup angle, getting a country artist to come out on a stage like that. But
I'm sure it's way too late for this now, of course, but wouldn't it have been cool if you got something like the Dixie Chicks? Because they've got a habit of lipping off.
Yeah, and have they disappeared from the planet? I don't.
No, they actually just came back. I mean, I don't follow country because it makes me have a rash.
Yeah.
But I've even seen them in the news, and they've come out and they said, that whole comment about George Bush, 12 years ago, they're not sorry, and they're glad they said it.
Yeah.
So,
but it did affect their career, didn't it?
It did. It affected it quite a bit. But when you're making $4 or $5 million a year, not that I know anything about their income.
Yeah.
If you only get $1 million a year, it's still doable.
Yeah, and nice to be able to say that.
Yeah.
You raise those kind of hackles, so that's pretty good. So maybe next time, that we could go for a country, and they'd be someone to approach for sure.
Yeah, I still think Wu-Tang Clan really brings something unique to it. I mean, you saw it when Killer Priest was in Milwaukee, just the people that we had reaching out and, the interest. I mean, Todd, Stiefel, and, all these people were asking about the Wu-Tang Clan. So I think it definitely brings something special.
Now, because I'm on the board, I'll make one clarification. We have, at the Reason Rally, several members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Thank you, yes. And everybody's getting carried away with that.
Yes,
Even the people involved. We just call them that, but yes. Several
members of the Wu-Tang Clan, right?
It's not a Wu-Tang.
4 to 5, and last I heard, and if you know something more that's not supposed to be disclosed, please don't share it because I'll get in trouble. But it was expressed that they were at least supportive of the position of the Reason Rally.
Yeah, and I don't think we're giving anything away there. That's it's about Killer Priest, and he put together the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is at least supportive of him, and he's come out as openly secular.
Yep.
And I hope to make contact. Honestly, this week is my main mission as we go forward is to actually start speaking with some of these members to get a better handle on where their heads are actually at.
Yeah.
And who might be willing to do a shout out and who might be willing to do an interview. It's been exceedingly difficult. We're lucky to have put together the group we had. To actually make contact with these guys is like water in a sieve. It's very tough.
Excellent. Now, of course, you guys have the podcast, but you also do local events. You've had a couple pretty nice. Why don't you tell about some of the ones that you've had, and then let us know where and when the next couple are.
Well, yeah, thanks. The big one is coming in October. We've started a debate series called Buzzed Belief with the backing of a local supporter,
Mario Quadracci.
Thanks. Here, I didn't know if he wanted to be.
I
mentioned
definitely
or not,
make sure. I definitely make sure
if he's up for it. Mario Quadracci has been a huge supporter of ours, and really the whole reason that the debate series got launched to begin with. And the first one was in March, right, guys?
March 19th.
And that one, of course, was Justin Bass, who's a evangelical preacher, and
Richard Carrier.
Dr. Richard Carrier, who's written a book that it's too big to even pick up on Jesus' historicity.
Or
about
like
the
there are
many
resurrection.
books, but that one in particular.
So
right?
that was the first, the debut at Shank Hall. Real great success there. Full house. And the big one at historic Turner Hall, concert venue, an ancient auditorium here in Milwaukee, is Dr. Robert Price and Dr. Bart Ehrman debating the actual historicity of Jesus on October 21st. So we're real proud of that.
Multiple Kickstarters have failed for that event, and with the help of Mario, we're actually able to get in one shot.
The Myth Geeks are psyched. I mean, this is just a long-awaited debate among
I think there's a lot of people psyched. I mean, Aaron Roz interested. May have Matt Dillahunty on board, maybe even in the moderator position. But yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to this one. And the nice thing is, like I had said, with Milwaukee being a black hole of secularism, the venue that we have is one of the main 3 venues in Milwaukee. So as far as getting the word out on atheism and mythicism, this is a huge opportunity for us.
The fact that it's up on their website.
It's on their website. They have subscribers to that. It's going, we've been in Milwaukee Magazine. We've been in the Shepherd, all these local media sources, if you will. But, it's good. We're generating some buzz around what we wanted to do in the beginning.
And we finally got the attention of Madison here. Milwaukee's is a black hole of atheism, but Madison can be it can be argued that it's one of the hotbeds of atheism with FFRF there. And Dan Barker is finally noticed us. Our good buddy Dan Barker's finally noticed us here in Milwaukee. He's going to come and speak at that conference alongside Allie Jackson.
And those tickets are right now, as we speak. We're in May. They're half off now. So that sale is going to end
Yep.
shortly. So if you're in a regional area and you want to make it, do it. If it's impossible to make it, we are going to, for a fee, allow a live stream of the event that won't be free and viewable online until months later. So if you do want to get a head start on that,
Yeah,
you can buy it for a smaller price.
The live stream tickets are available. It's $9.99. You can purchase them now. As soon as the conference starts, we'll go live, and then we will have the debate itself at the end live as well, so that they get you the whole thing.
And where do they get the tickets?
You go to mythicistmilwaukee.com. You'll see Myth Information Conference 3. You can Google Myth Information Conference 3. You can Google Bart Ehrman, Robert Price debate, and it'll come up. All the tickets are there and what they come with. There's a VIP where you get to meet and hang out with all the speakers afterwards. That's very limited. There's only 60 tickets available. We're really, really excited about that one.
Well, it's one of those ones that I don't know if I can make it yet, but I'm very excited, and it's something that I've been suggesting to the students here at the University of Illinois, and if students at any other secular student alliance are listening around the country, my thought was what you're doing here is instead of having an atheist and a Christian debate, have two atheists debate. Make sure the topic sounds like it's about God, and you pack the place full of people, and they get to hear both sides of atheism.
Right. And the interesting thing here is historically, Robert Price is on one end of the spectrum when he's talking about how Jesus is purely mythological, and then you have Bart Ehrman, who is the main writer that states that he actually was historical. When you hear Bart Ehrman, you will hear Robert Price. When you hear Robert Price, you hear Bart Ehrman. So this is something that people have really wanted to see happen because of the knowledge that both of these authors and historians have. I mean, the years and years of experience in the field.
Yeah, it's the Ali Frazier of mythicism.
Right. Well, just
was that a sports
atheism and any of it. I mean,
was that a sports reference?
Yeah, Rumble in the Jungle.
It is.
Oh, okay. I could
It's
tell
important
because I had no idea what was going on there for a second.
Yeah, you and your sports.
Oh, well.
See, I have some.
Can I dig up a Spassky versus a chess reference? Would that work?
Sosa and
Yeah, Fisher Spassky.
Maybe
Yeah.
I have these little shortcuts to reality when I'm watching the news, which doesn't happen that often, and they're talking about somebody famous, and I have no idea who they are. If they're accused of beating their wife, I assume they're a sports figure. If they're accused of picking up a dude in the bathroom, I assume they're a Republican. If they had sex with a little boy, I assume that they're a priest. So it's a real shortcut for my life.
Yes, painting with a broad brush, Phil Ferguson. Folks, on the Phil Ferguson Show.
Yes. All questions can be sent to Rob Moore.
Oh, it could be his manager, man.
There you go.
A new way to make some bank.
Yeah, it's one of the things I strive for in life is finding a way to do less work while getting more done.
Oh, if you figure out how to do that, let me know, man.
Right.
So what else should we know about Mythicist of Milwaukee?
Well, I was going to say it's important to know that we also do local smaller events for folks who aren't interested in the big debate or piling into a crowded theater. Every other Tuesday, right here where we do the podcast, we have a secular discussion group, very low key. One of the group either leads a kind of a group discussion by picking a topic and kind of getting us started, or we have a presentation that was a little more involved with someone either from the group or from the local community that's got a specialty they want to talk about. Or recently we've added remote speakers who Skype in and talk to the group from the big screen, and that's a nice place for secular thinkers to just gather in a safe space.
It's a good way to introduce yourself to the group, right? And
the topics.
If you want a human touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We do that, and we do trivia on Thursday nights in 2 different locations in southeast Wisconsin here. So
fire out that team name. What's the trivia team name, Rob?
Yeah, the actual name is I just saved a bunch on my afterlife insurance by switching to atheism. But we've had to shorten it to simply Atheist Afterlife because it wouldn't fit on the computer. It wouldn't fit on the website.
It's not good for a bumper sticker.
When we joined the league, so Atheist Afterlife, and it'll be an oxymoron.
I was just thinking maybe you should tell people, and you just did, where Milwaukee is, because a lot of people may not know.
Right.
Well, it's actually one of the pearl necklace of cities around Lake Michigan.
Well, I consider
that Milwaukee, Chicago, Gary.
Yeah, it's
and it's not Minneapolis.
Gary makes
all the
it.
time. We get